1940s. Japan was at war. Soldiers marched through crowded streets. Military flags covered entire cities, and fear slowly spread across Asia. But hidden far away from the public eye, behind fences, guards, and silence, there was a secret military base, a place where human beings disappeared, a place surrounded by terrifying rumors. Some people claimed strange screams could be heard at night. Others said military trucks entered before sunrise, but returned empty. Officially, empty. It was called a research facility, but decades later, yet the world would discover something horrifying hidden inside. This is the dark story of Unit 731. The man behind Unit 731 was a Japanese military doctor named Shiro Ishii. He believed future wars would not only be fought using guns or bombs, but with biological weapons, diseases, infections, invisible killers. Ishii convinced military leaders that scientific experiments could help Japan gain power during the war. Soon, a massive secret research facility was built in occupied China. The location was carefully chosen, remote, heavily guarded, far away from international attention. From the outside, it looked like an ordinary military base, but inside, something far darker was growing. As the war expanded, prisoners of war, civilians, and captured people were brought into the facility. Many came from occupied areas in China. Some were accused of helping enemies, others were simply in the wrong place, at the wrong time. Historical reports say many victims were transported using military trucks and trains under heavy guard. And once they entered the facility, most never came out again. To hide the truth, the prisoners were reportedly given a code name, not people, not humans, but logs, as if they were objects. This made the experiments easier for those inside the base. And slowly, fear spread among nearby villages. People whispered about disappearances. Families searched for missing relatives. But very few dared question the military. What happened inside Unit 731 would shock historians decades later. According to reports, scientists conducted disease experiments on human beings. Some prisoners were deliberately exposed to deadly infections to study how diseases spread through the body. Others were forced into freezing temperatures. Researchers reportedly studied frostbite by observing how human skin reacted to extreme cold. There were pressure chamber experiments, chemical exposure tests, and surgeries performed without proper anesthesia. Many victims died during these experiments. Others suffered permanent injuries, and perhaps the darkest part, much of this was done in the name of military science. The goal was not to save lives, but to create knowledge that could be used during war, to control death itself. Outside the base, ordinary civilians continued living their daily lives, but strange rumors never disappeared. Some claimed smoke constantly rose from the facility late at night. Others spoke about armed guards preventing people from getting close. The military kept everything secret. Documents were hidden, information was controlled, and fear kept people silent. Years passed, and the dark truth remained buried behind walls and barbed wire. As World War II began coming to an end, the people running Unit 731 realized the truth could soon be exposed. Historical reports say many documents were destroyed, evidence disappeared, buildings were abandoned, and silence covered the facility once again. For years, very few people openly discussed what happened there, but eventually, survivors and historians began uncovering pieces of the hidden story. And slowly, the world learned about one of the darkest wartime secrets in history. Today, Unit 731 is remembered as one of the darkest chapters of World War II, not because of the buildings or the military equipment, but because of what human beings were willing to do to each other. And maybe the most disturbing question still remains: how many more secrets from history are still hidden from the world? If you want more dark, untold stories hidden deep inside history, subscribe to Mysteries of History.